face of the World Trade Center. It appears, at least from this vantage point, that something has hit it. Something has gone into the World Trade Center. I do not have that confirmed in any way, shape, or form, but there is a gash across, I would want to say, about 10 stories down from the top of the World Trade Center,
all right, Tom,
sort of from right to left and making its way down.
Yeah. They ain't gonna like you. They ain't gonna like me. I been getting to the money. Everybody mad. I think I'm getting too much money. Everybody mad. The same old from the block. The same old with the pot. The same old from the trap. Everybody hated on him, then he bounced right back.
I'm Kiara Patterson.
And I'm Jayla Butler.
Today is September 11, 2018, and this is CHS-TV live from the Eagle's Nest.
Let's begin our day with our ROTC cadets.
Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ready. 2.
Today's awe-inspiring motivational quote of the day is, if we learn nothing else from this tragedy, we learn that life is short and there is no time for hate.
Today's word of the day is resilience, which means to recover quickly from difficulties and toughness.
Today marks the 17th anniversary of the 9/11 terroristic attacks. On this day, the terroristic group named Al-Qaeda sent a series of 4 coordinated terroristic attacks on the United States. Former V103 morning host Ryan Cameron shared his thoughts and memories from the tragedy.
9/11. It's Ryan Cameron. I was on the radio. We were doing the morning show. The first plane hit, and they were talking about how, it had to be an accident. And then the second plane hit, and Bryant Gumbel was like, this is definitely an attack of terrorists. And they shut down everything, and people just went into a panic. And I remember having to stay on the air that day for almost 24 hours. And I remember nobody thought that the buildings, that the World Trade Center towers would collapse. I mean, the first one was like shocking. The second one was just unbelievable, that a structure that had stood the test of time and really exemplified New York and the world were gone. And that people had lost their lives based on those acts, and how even then you never thought about something happening on a plane or somebody taking over the cockpit and killing the pilots and all those things that happened. And they actually happened. It changed everything. All the things that we go through an airport now are because of 9/11. And I was on the air for 24 hours, pretty much, taking calls. People were just in a panic. I mean, it was an unbelievable day, and it changed history. And as we reflect on it now, I was at the 9/11 memorial last year and watching all the names and the fountains and people who had been etched in that marble who had lost their lives. And it was very, very surreal, which means basically it was almost unbelievable that those buildings had stood there and they were gone, and how America had been changed forever. Yeah, 9/11, it was a life changer for me as well.
Seniors, if you are choosing to pay your dues in installments, the first installment is due September 28th. The cost is $162.50. Please get in touch with Ms. Banks if you have any questions.
Former Kiss 104 news director Marjorie Coley was live on the air 17 years ago. She shared her memories of the 9/11 attacks.
September 11th was a day I will never forget. I remember being in the newsroom at KISS 104, and I had just wrapped up my newscast for the day. I was on hold with the Tom Joyner Morning Show as they did a special segment every day highlighting a local hero. So I was on hold waiting for my turn. I looked at the TV in the newsroom, and I saw smoke emanating from one of the towers in New York. I asked one of my colleagues to see what was happening, And as it turned out, a plane had crashed into one of the towers. Needless to say, I jumped on the air with the little information I had, and I continued to broadcast the 9/11 tragedy for 8 hours straight. The second plane hit, then there was a plane crash, and September 11th was just a day that will be in my mind forever. I felt that America was under attack. It was a very sad and scary day, but I had a job to do, so I did it. I didn't have time to cry until I got home later that night after a 16-hour day. It was the first time that I actually had a chance to watch the news coverage. It was so sad. I cried. It was a day that I just will never forget.
On September 25th, 2018, KD Studios is coming to take school pictures, so please look your best.
Entertainers across the country are remembering the 9/11 attacks. Here's Selena Marutor with more.
With today being the 17th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, several entertainers are remembering this somber day. Rapper Busta Rhymes says families of those lost in the tragedy never forget what happened.
Which is how viciously affected directly certain families have been through deaths and, just the inconveniences of such an untimely demise in their households amongst the thousands of families that lost loved ones.
Actor Denzel Washington says that he was on the West Coast when the tragedy happened.
We were in San Diego about to go on the base. I got up in the morning to do some work on the script. I'll turn the TV on and see what's going on. Needless to say, things changed.
Rapper Master P says the terrorists won't win this struggle.
We can't let these people take us hostage. And being able to be a go-getter, you got to get out here and do the things of necessity to be successful.
9/11, I'm Selena Mawutor, CHS-TV.
Students of the Government Association, make your voices heard. Don't miss the meeting today in Miss Greening's room.
Columbia High School's Petty Officer Hawkins was on active duty on September 11th. She shares her memories with CHS-TV's Fatou Ducouré.
Where were you on the morning of September 11th, 2001?
On the morning of September 11, 2001, I was stationed aboard the USS Theodore Roosevelt, which is home ported at that time in Norfolk, Virginia.
What did the Theodore Roosevelt do as a result of the attack?
As a result of the attack, the USS Theodore Roosevelt, we went in lockdown pretty much on board our ship. We didn't know what was going on besides the bombing of the World Trade Towers at that time. So we took all precautions that were necessary at that time for a military installation.
Were you ever uncertain about joining the military after such a horrific event occurred?
No, never. One of my job while I was in the military was military police. Pretty much I specialize in anti-terrorism and force protection. So I had the training, the knowledge, and the will to handle what we needed to do.
Were you ever scared that Al-Qaeda would attack nationally, other states?
Not scared, but concerned. And also knowing that we have the finest Navy out there. We're number one. For our sea power controlled, there was no fear. I know we're going to handle our business as needed.
How does the event shape your life today and how you teach your students about courage, resilience, and honor?
Shaping my life today is a continuance from my military training and also teaching our students honor, courage, and commitment. Those are our Navy core values, and they're great values to live by each and every day. To have the honor to do the things that we need to do, the courage to stand up, and to be committed. And I tell our students the same thing, and I carry those values into the classroom setting for their education as well.
That's it today, Eagles. I'm Kiera Patterson.
And I'm Jayla Butler.
And this is CHS TV. As always,
one team, one dream.